Unidad Educativa Privada Nuestra Señora del Camino. Plataforma educativa elnuestra.online. Educación Media General, quinto año.
Welcome to English NSC with me, your teacher, Alberto Martínez. On today's episode, we're going to talk about passive voice, but simple future. So the sentence that we have in active voice is, Albert will create a new challenge. We have to change this into passive voice. How are we going to change this? First, we have to write the two blanks, remember, as the previous classes, and then we identify the subject and the object. So your subject is Albert, your object is a new challenge. Remember that the object is the one that is receiving the action. So the object is going to be your new subject, a new challenge. Now it becomes the subject. Your subject, which is Albert, is going to be your new object. Albert goes at the end, and then we have the preposition by. These two blanks would be first an auxiliary will, because we're working with will in here, so you repeat the auxiliary, and be. This is constant in here, always there, be. And now we have the past participle of the verb. This is a regular verb, so you just have to add ed. So the passive voice will be a new challenge, will be created by Albert. Let's see in here, the object pronoun for Albert is he, so it's him. So you have two options, by Albert or by him, because it's an object pronoun. For the simple future, in negative form, we use won't instead of will. That is negative. So the process would be the same. You have the two blanks. Your object is your new subject. Your subject is your new object by the auxiliary will, but in negative form, just have to repeat. Want is want. Again, be, as simple as that. And create will be created. The only difference is that instead of using will, now you are using want. Again, Albert can be him. For modal verbs, which are can, could, might, should, must, and even would, they work the same way as will. I'll give an example. In this case, the new challenge, Albert, and everything is the same, but the auxiliary in this case is can. You just have to repeat the auxiliary, as simple as that, and continues with be. Create is created. You do this with all the modal verbs. I repeat, may, might, should, would, must, and of course can. Let's see the negative form. For the negative form, we work with can't. As you can see previously, you just have to repeat the process. So object is your new subject, your subject is your new object. And the modal auxiliary negative form, in this case is can. Just repeat the modal auxiliary negative form, can't. Be, which is going to be there always, like I told you, and created, because this is a regular verb. So let's review the tenses before we finish. For the present simple, as you can see here, is I, base form. You don't have to add anything. If it is she or he, you add the s or es, depending on the case. Just work with the verb to be in present tense and the past participle of the verb. The past participle of do is done. So for present continuous, you work the verb to be in ing form for the active one, And for the passive voice, remember that you will always work with being after the verb to be in present. That is why it is called present, because the verb to be is in present. And it is continuous because you have ing form. And repeat the done in here, which is the past participle of the verb. For the past simple, is the verb in ed form if it is regular, or irregular as it changed. This is irregular, is did, the verb to be in past, and that's it. So past participle done, verb to be in past. Past continuous was an ing form. Past because this is a past of the verb to be. It is continuous because we have ing form. For the passive voice, you have the past continuous of the verb to be. You work with being always when it's continuous, and then the past participle. For the present perfect, you have the auxiliary have and the past participle. In present, have. So this is has because it's third person singular. Being will be there always because it's perfect, and done, which is the past participle. Past perfect, very similar, but the auxiliary is had. It's had for everybody. It's had for I, he, she, it, we, you, and they. As you can see here, it continues being had. And being, you can repeat it because it's perfect. And done, which is the past participle. For the future tense, we work with will. So will do, we repeat will, we put the be always in there, and the past participle. Take your notes, watch this video again if you need to before taking the challenge, and the questionnaire in case you're taking the questionnaire too. So good luck, fellas. Bye-bye.
Unidad Educativa Privada Nuestra Señora del Camino. Plataforma educativa elnuestra.online.